It ain't the drink that made me mean. I was born with that gene. Sure as money'd come and go, so did the friends who claim we're close. An empty bottle wouldn't help me sleep. Promises I couldn't keep. There's an open bar that drinks on me. I've written my own eulogy. T-shirt and jeans keep the lid open wide. Laugh about all the times I lied. Let's take these bones and give them back to her. Try to figure out what I was worth. Have another round, this one's on me. I've written my own eulogy. Good intentions thrown aside. Oh, my lonely wasted ride. The words I sing, the songs I write, kept me up most every night. An empty bottle wouldn't help me sleep. Promises I couldn't keep. Have a drink, this one's on me. I've written my own eulogy. Jeans and boots keep the lid open wide. And comfort all the girls who cry. Take my bones and give them back to her. Try to figure out what I was worth. Have around, this one's on me. I've written my own eulogy. Have a drink, this one's on me. I've written my own eulogy. One more round, this one's on me. I've written my own eulogy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome to Kelly.
It's strange, but you seem a little taller now. Maybe it's just this lack of self-esteem from that perfume. You brought it all back home to me. I do recall we sat and watched the sun go down together, you and me. Night wrapped around us, the orange glow is all that we would see. It seems so long ago. And there's a dark cloud hanging over me. It's been there there since the day that I left. He reminds me of that one regret. But he blocks the view of you in that Tennessee sunset. So much older now. You look the same as that first night we met. I guess it's fair. Life's got this way of settling my death. It seems so long ago. There's a dark cloud hanging over me. Been there since the day that I left. He reminds me of that one regret. But he blocks the view of you in that Tennessee sunset. In the west, I'm thinking about you more. You're thinking about me less. There's a dark cloud hanging over me. It's been there since the day that I left. Reminds me of that one regret. But he blocks the view. Yeah, he blocks the view. Yeah, he blocks the view of you in that Tennessee sunset.
Making his radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show on this Triple Play Thursday edition. That song is called Tennessee Sunset, and before that, My Own Eulogy from Glenn, the Revenue Man. Just go at the Revenue Man, follow him on social media, give him a like and a follow. He followed me, and that's how we ended up getting him on the radio tonight, and he's going to be on the radio with me live coming up on a New Music Friday edition of the show on July 25th. Check out my full live interview schedule at the bottom of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Welcome to the Tim Kelly Show, live from Branson, Missouri tonight on a Triple Play Thursday edition of the show. Every artist on the show tonight gets played 3 times in a row, so we'll have one more from the Revenue Man here in just a second. I've got a couple of great radio interviews tonight. Kevin Dakin from north of the border, as I say, in Canada, is going to join me first on the program, and then in hour number 2, Ruth Manning, also from up north, is going to join me on the program. You're going to get to hear the stories behind their great songs and lots of great music on the radio tonight. That is for sure. We always do that, don't we? I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the listeners and radio stations, too, that play this program. Great stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, Down to Road Radio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Tailgate Country Radio out of Canada, Radio 94.3 in Sweden, SoundwaveRadio1.com, and Hot and Funky Radio, KWradio.com, and we are also on all the major streaming services like iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Pandora, wherever you listen to music, Spotify, everywhere. Just Google search The Tim Kelly Show, and you too will be listening to what I call New Country's Best. I'm getting ready to say that again after we play one more from the Revenue new man. It is called 25 Years Behind on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
That face in the mirror, yeah, I know it's not him. He's been dead for 3 years from the weight of his sin. With all the pain he left behind, some on my body, most on my mind. It's time for his sun to shine. 25 years behind. Got to more than waste my time. 25 years behind. Child can tell when his house ain't a home. How could you harm one of your own? If you think it's not your place to tell, you can be sure I'm gonna find you in hell. It's time for his sun to shine. 25 years behind. Yeah, I do more than bide my time. 25 years behind. That face in the mirror, yeah, I know it's not him. He's been dead for 3 years from the weight of his sin. It's time for his sun to shine. 25 years behind. Yeah, I do more than waste my time. Living 25 years behind.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Never waits for permission, doesn't pay no attention to the things that they do, doesn't care for the rules. There's one life to be living, no way to be fenced in, like a wild horse running, running. And it sounds like ooh, somewhere in the wild blue, taking me away and laughing in the face of danger, faster, faster. I'm not afraid, letting go of the reins, faster. I'm in love with the freedom. justice. Someone I can trust in looks me dead in the eye. Reflections don't lie. Shows me all the good, but I'm misunderstood. Like an outlaw running, running. And it sounds like ooh, somewhere in the wild blue. Taking me away, laughing in the face of danger. Faster, faster. I'm not afraid, letting go of the reins. Faster, I'm in love with the freedom. I'm in love with the way. It's everything I've been needing, and I don't need to be saved. I'm in love with a cowboy. I'm in love with a cowboy. Taking me away, laughing in the face of danger. Faster, faster. I'm not afraid, letting go of the reins. Faster, I'm in love with the freedom. I'm in love with the way. It's everything I've been needing, and I don't need to be saved. I'm in love with a cowboy. I'm in love with a cowboy. The cowboy is me.
Song number 2.
A bowl of dark red cherries on the table. I let myself have a taste when I can. I just wanna taste it and get some joy. I'm waiting for a rich moment I can savor. I get myself just a little bit ahead. I just want a piece, and I just want some peace of mind. And I've been searching my whole life for something that can satisfy. But I'm denied. And I've been trying to get it right to make up for your sacrifice. Well, have I? Tell me I deserve it. Tell me that I'm worth it. That I got what's mine and I damn well earned it. What you want, what you need, gotta work it. Just give me some permission to give up the addiction and get a little bit of what I've been given. Tell me that I earned it. Tell me I deserve it. Oh, yeah. Another late night burning that candle. I tell myself that it's only for a while, but I don't wanna wait. There's gotta be a way to get some joy. I wanna taste all the fruits of my labor. I tell myself you can sleep when you're dead, so I watch it go to waste like the cherries on the table. And I've been searching my whole life for something that can satisfy. But I'm denied, and I've been trying to get it right to make up for your sacrifice. Well, have I? Tell me I deserve it. Tell me that I'm worth it. That I got what's mine and I damn well earned it. What you want, what you need, gotta work it. Just give me some permission to give up the addiction, to get a little bit of what I've been given. Tell me that I earned it. Tell me I deserve it. Yeah, yeah. Tell me I deserve it. Tell me that I'm worth it. I got what's mine and I damn well earned it. Give me some permission to give up the addiction. Tell me I
also is making her radio debut tonight on the Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. Her name is Elise Aaron. It is Elyse on Elise, and Aaron is Aeryn. That song is called Cherries, and before that, another great tune called Cowboy. You can check out the video to Cowboy on my TV channel. That is ICTV, Indie Country Television. That tab is at the top of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. You can watch videos 24/7 when we're not on the air doing this radio show and get to meet some of these folks through the airwaves that you hear, but then you get to see them in action in some great videos, and Cowboy is a great video. Elise Aaron, go check it out. We are also going to be doing an upcoming radio interview. It's going to be a couple of months away, but we're working the details out on that right now. I will let you know this weekend when that's going to happen, and I will tag her in it. But in the meantime, go give her a like and a follow. She is fantastic. We'll have one more song from Elise in just a moment to complete her triple play, and then after that, Kevin Dakin is going to join me live on the program for a great radio interview and the stories behind his songs we have interviewed in the past. We're going to do some catching up tonight and play some of his brand new music as well. The third song in the triple play for Elise Aaron is called Criminal. Be criminal if I didn't play her on the radio, that's for sure. On KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I felt your words through the glass. I try not to overreact, but I got in my head about it. I got in my head. Your life isn't quite like you planned. Am I guilty for my happiness? Is my freedom at your expense? It's okay if you put the blame on me. If it helps you sleep, I'll be the criminal. I'll be the criminal. I'll be the Well, I could try to explain, but they're already putting me away, and I'm tired of fighting about it. I'm so tired, and I'm used to being misunderstood, and I'm burning the bridge like I knew that I would. Tell me, does it feel good? Well, it's okay if you take it out on me. If it keeps you safe, I'll be the criminal. I'll be the criminal. I'll be the criminal. Oh no, I wouldn't want you having any trouble sleeping, baby. Oh no. Oh no. I'll be the What if it helps you sleep, babe? I'll be the criminal.
Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and that means every artist on the program gets played 3 times in a row. I'm excited to play 3 from this next gentleman, and it has been a while since we've interviewed. His name is Kevin Dakin from Canada. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, Tim. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for doing the radio program today. I sure do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I'm loving your music. Your brand new single, Country Soon. I've played it for a few times, and we're getting ready to do it again tonight with a couple of other songs for you.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's nice to finally get some new music out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, you've taken some time off. You told me in the past, and then you come back to music. I took that 2020 off because nobody was doing any live shows. So, during the pandemic, and you guys were even locked down more than we were here in the United States too. I know.
Yeah. I was actually still away from music during the pandemic, but shortly after everything kind of came back to what I guess we now call normal. I got back into doing some songwriting, and that led to me writing for myself again, which led to me kind of going back into the studio. And now we've got a new song out, and 4 or 5 songs deep on the new album. So
absolutely. And you sent me a Christmas song for last year in 2024. That was fantastic as well.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, actually, there's a funny story behind that one. So, I wrote that song on the first week of October of last year, and my producer Jason was pretty swamped with work at his studio. So, as a joke, I sent it to him and said, "Hey, I just wrote this Christmas song. We should produce it." LOL kind of thing, right?
Right.
So anyway, he listened to it and he kind of got back to me. He's like, "Well, hey, I'm down if you're down." So the next thing you know, we're producing a Christmas song. And from the time I wrote it until the time it was on radio was about 4.5 weeks. So it was a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Because of you and a bunch of other folks hitting me up with Christmas music, and I asked you to do a Christmas greeting, and you did that for me as well. We got Christmas year-round on the radio station, so your song's playing in rotation 24/7, going to play all of this year until this next Christmas, and it's on the KICR Indie Country Radio Christmas channel on my website.
Well, that's great, man. Thanks so much for that.
Yeah,
really
you're welcome. It. Ain't Doing Christmas Without You, Kevin Dakin. That's a great song.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's got to be somebody with a Christmas tree up somewhere.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I don't think my brother takes his down in Utah because it was still snowing there the other day. I'll get you in the spirit real quick, won't it, when it's white outside?
Yeah, sure will.
You have recorded over 20 songs, or you've written over 20 songs that other artists have recorded throughout Canada, and you said there's more on the way. How about that?
Yeah. I've been, during the time between singles from when we released Living Inside a Lonely to when Country Soon came out a couple of weeks ago, I was just writing weekly with about 10 or 11 different artists around the Maritimes. So some of them are in the studio now recording that stuff. Actually, Jolene Harnish's new song, One Road Town, is one I wrote with her and a lady by Roberta Michelle out of Toronto. But yeah, I've got, probably 10 or 12 coming out this year by other people. So it's been a good, fun, and productive stretch of writing, for sure.
Absolutely. You were mentioning Jolene Harnish. We interviewed when I was doing my shows live from a theater there in Branson, and hopefully we'll be doing that again real soon, and probably some kind of Opry-style show that we're going to do. And that's what's going to get you invited to that thing, too, is the radio airplay and the good reception that you are getting from the folks, not only in Branson, but around the country. So, reach out to those folks. Get them to like our Facebook page and request your music on radio. And you've always been high on my radar, man. It's always a pleasure to play you. The third song we're going to play tonight was the first one I ever heard, called Living Inside of Lonely. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but when you go out and perform a live show, you probably do a combination, like everybody else does, of your originals and your cover songs. Who's some of your favorite covers?
Well, it's interesting. We do a lot of 90s country.
Ooh, I love that.
When we're out, right? So, I mean, we've got like Joe Diffie, George Strait, Tim McGraw on our set. One song I just love performing live currently, and the whole band does too, is How Country Feels by Randy Houser. Just love that tune.
Oh, me too.
We've been doing that a lot. Another tune that we've kind of introduced into the set recently is The Dance by Garth Brooks.
Yep.
great tune, but we start with just an acoustic guitar, and by the end of the song, the whole band is into it. We've got a big guitar solo going, so that's another one that's super fun to play live. But yeah, I mean, we're also doing, we do a Morgan Wallen song. We do Everything I Love by Morgan Wallen. We do a couple of Luke Combs, so we mix it all up.
Yeah, it says from Merle Haggard to Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, well, yeah. And of course
you can't go wrong with Merle.
No, you can't go wrong with the Hag. That is, you're talking legend status there. So.
Yep. He was in Branson here too. Him and Willie Nelson split the theater that I was doing the interview with Jolene Harnish the last time I talked to her. So it's been everything. Wow. It's been a car museum. It's Mel Tillis had that theater for a while. And so, yeah, and there's a lot of great history in this town of country music, and that's what we're trying to keep alive. And you guys make it. George Jones was famous for a song that he said, who's going to fill their shoes? Who's going to play that Opry and the Wabash Cannonball?
Right.
You guys are the ones that are doing that. You're filling those. You're filling those shoes, and they're big shoes to fill, aren't they?
They are incredibly big shoes to fill. Yes, absolutely. And it's interesting. All of those guys, because I've been at this for a minute, so all of those guys inspired me as a young artist. George and Hank Williams Jr.
Yep.
And even Ronnie McDowell, like people like that. Those songs from the '80s, like completely shaped and formed who I became as an artist. Yeah. So.
That was going to be my next.
It's cool to be doing it.
Yeah, buddy. That was my next question. I was going to ask you that. Now, have you always listened to country music on the radio, or are you like me? You listen to some kind of a wide variety of stuff, but that '90s country is what made me want to do country radio too. So.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of everything. When it comes to because we play a fair number of shows, so I'm trying to keep steady and up to date with what's out there and what's popular, because we'll add the top 3 or 4 what we consider to be the most popular songs into our set.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as a guitar player, I've always been inspired by the blues and rock, so I'm kind of a hybrid, I guess you could say. I only sound country when I sing. I can't get away from that. But when I'm not doing country, I'm hardcore listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan and some of the 80s rock and 70s rock.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm into a lot of stuff.
My wife's dad is buried in the same cemetery as Stevie Ray Vaughan in Fort Worth, Texas.
Wow. Yeah, he would be like my most inspirational guitar player, in my view. Yeah, he's my favorite for sure.
Isn't that something? Yep. And, there's a lot of those influences now being incorporated into country music, isn't there? We've got some of the blues, we got some rock and roll. There's all kinds of different things coming into country music, and I like a little bit of all of it. And it's really cool, like you just talked about, with a song where you can start out acoustically and then the whole band just comes in there behind it. Man, I'd love to hear your rendition of the dance.
Yeah, it's we just did it Saturday night actually, and there's a short little clip on my Facebook that one of my friends had taken with his phone, but it stops recording right as the band is coming in. So
yeah.
But with that being said, yeah, that's one that it just was spontaneous too. Like normally I just do that song with the guitar and give the band a break.
Yep.
But we did it last year at a festival, and my lead guitar player got the idea. He said, hey, why don't we just kind of slowly start trickling in towards the end of the song, and we'll end it with a bang. And the next thing you know, that's what we do that every show now. So
wow. Now, let's go way back into the history of country music, because like the folks that were in this town was Glenn Campbell, Roy Clark, Mickey Gilley, Mel Tillis, Willie and Merle Haggard splitting that theater. But that was, when they started, we didn't have these cell phones and all this technology, we have now to start filming when you're doing something. When you went to see a show back then, it went right into your mind and in your brain. And that's where the memories come from to this day of people seeing those artists, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, it's interesting that technology has gotten to where it's at, but it's also kind of sad in some ways for live music, because you'll see footage of even the new artists, but even the legends. You'll see footage online where they're performing live on stage, and everybody in the audience is holding their phone up. It's like they're almost more concerned with recording it than they are actually just taking in the experience.
Yeah. Yep.
And I mean, it's a double-edged sword, because you get to go home and watch your video, of course.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I remember fondly, I remember we went to Reba McEntire, Toby Keith, and Paul Brandt concert back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we had no cameras or phones or anything. Actually, in fact, you weren't allowed to take them in.
Yeah, and some theaters here are still that way, you know. I'm not going to be that way at the Branson Opry. In fact, we want a TV deal. You know, we want to put that thing out on TV for the folks to see that can't come to Branson, and you Canadians and all these others around the world, because, you know, country music is universal, isn't it?
100%. Yeah.
By one push of the button tonight, you're getting on 11 radio stations. How about that?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's why I say it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You know, there's a good sharp side to that too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They love you in Belgium and Germany and Denver, Colorado. I'm in that one, and Texas, and actually Sweden asked for this program, and they've been around that station since 1979. I thought that was pretty cool.
Wow, that's great.
And I don't have to speak Swedish, and you don't have to sing it.
No, that's right. Right.
Yep.
That would be a hard request to fill, unfortunately.
The country music scene up where you're at is pretty hot. I interview a lot of Canadian artists, and you're one of my favorites, man. I love having you on the program. You sing great. And, you know, like you said, when you sing, it's country, and that's what we love to play around here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, we've always had a strong country music community, long before I was even part of things. And I'm not a big part of things, but prior to me becoming a songwriter, we've way back to Hank Snow and different folks. You know, we've always had prominent country artists, and we do today. I mean, Josh Ross is killing it right now.
Yeah.
You know, really, really fantastic Canadian artist. Just one that comes to mind.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
you know, I'm friends with your mom, Glenda, and I'm going to ask you this. I don't know if I asked you this on our last interview. Does Glenda have any other children? So do you have any brothers and sisters? And if so, are any of them musically inclined like you?
No, it's just me. And my dad, though, grew up playing in bands. And both sides of my family have, like, musical inclinations. Like, my Uncle Gary was a phenomenal dobro player, and he's actually what inspired me to learn to play guitar back when I was a kid. And I actually still have two of his guitars here in my studio, which is awesome. So other family members that dabble, you know, we've always been a musical family and enjoyed music, if nothing else.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, did you learn to play guitar by yourself or self-taught, or did you take lessons or what?
No, I never took any lessons. It's kind of self-taught. Before I started playing, every time we would go to visit my Uncle Gary, I would find my way into his bedroom and grab his guitar. So they'd be like, "Where's Kevin gone?" And of course, I was always trying to rattle around his guitars. And then I eventually, in my, like, I want to say 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there, my parents bought me my first guitar. And I play left-handed, so they got me a right-handed guitar, which I strung backwards. And that's where it all started. And then I eventually earned enough from summer jobs to buy my own actual left-handed Strat. And just went on from there. Yeah.
So that's awesome. Now, are you more lyric-based when it comes to songwriting? Do you have to put the melody to it, or is it kind of a combination of both since you play and write?
It's a combination of both. When I'm writing by myself, it's usually a hook that I find. So I'll find like a song title that I want to write around, and the story will come to me through that, you know, that play on words or that hook. Co-writing wise, it varies depending on who I'm writing with. Like Brooklyn Blackmore, who you may have heard of and interviewed in the past.
I have.
She's a great singer-songwriter, and we do a lot of writing together. We're doing a lot of writing for her upcoming album. And we've written a dozen or more songs so far, and every song has been a slightly different experience, whether it's she's got the hook idea and I get the melody or vice versa. So it varies with who you're writing with and for, and what kind of, how far the idea has developed when it comes to the writing session. Like all those things kind of factor in.
Well, tell her to reach out to me if she's got something new she wants to promote. I love playing her music. She is super talented. Like I said, you got a bunch of it up there. But, you know, isn't it interesting, too, about how big this independent artist community is? But everybody seems to know everybody, and they help each other out. They co-write. Maybe a duet comes out of it, and you do that with somebody. It's just really neat to watch, isn't it?
It is. is. It's cool. And again, when we talk about the double-edged sword of technology, Zoom has completely changed the ability to stay connected with people. Whether it be writing or, and you've got your ability to keep in touch with people, even just via text or messenger or on Facebook or wherever.
Yeah.
Whereas, when I first get into this 20-some years ago, I mean, you had a Nokia cell phone
Yeah.
that you couldn't text. It was just a phone, and you didn't want to use it because it cost you like $3 every time you made a call.
Roaming charge.
Yeah, right. So, it was a lot more difficult to initiate contact with folks back then in the industry, and then to maintain them.
Yeah.
So you generally had a smaller kind of pack of people you worked around back then.
Yeah.
Whereas today, I mean, I probably couldn't name all the people I'm working with right now.
And we see, I don't know if you have ability to or watch the NBC's The Voice or America's Got Talent up there or any of those shows that we have, those talent competition shows, American Idol, that kind of stuff. But, I know they're just scratching the surface, and I feel like I am too of what's out there, and I'm sure you'll agree with that. You got probably a cell phone full of contacts that I don't even know about, I'm sure, that you can, reach out to, and I'm the same way. We've all got that, and knowing people in this business isn't a bad thing when it comes to wanting to collaborate and do different things and make a hit song, huh?
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. And one of the things, as I'm getting into the kind of the later stages of my artist career, is I'm starting to work with younger artists a little more.
Yeah.
And I'm just completely blown away at the amount of young talent that's just here in Nova Scotia alone, in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
It's just mind-blowing.
I've got a gentleman this week who has filled my playlist from Nova Scotia, is where he's at, and it's just crazy good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I probably know him. Who is it?
Yeah, Michael Richard, I believe, is his name.
Oh, yeah, right on.
So, he's kind of laid up right now, and he can't walk around. He did something to his foot, and so he's laid up for about 4 weeks, and he's just finding me all kind of good artists.
Yeah, right on.
He's like listening to this interview, getting a shout out.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Your first song that I ever heard was Living Inside of Lonely. I've known that you were good from that point, and it just keeps getting better and better. Country Soon is your latest single. Tell us about it, and we'll play it for the folks on the radio.
Sure. Well, it's another, it seems to be always stories with me when it comes to writing these songs. I have a neighbor in the condo building that I live in, and not a country fan at all. He's a old rock guy. Mm-hmm. And anyway, we got on the topic of just how different genres of music have found their way into contemporary country music. So you have like literal rappers collaborating with, country stars on songs. And he made the passing comment. He said, "Jesus, if this keeps up, maybe even I'll be country soon." And so that's how the song title got in my head.
Wow.
So I kind of stuck there, and a couple of weeks went by, and I was sitting around the studio kind of trying to come up with some kind of an idea, and I remembered that. So I got the idea of like, well, what if he wanted to become country soon, or country? Like, what would he have to do? What are some things that are legitimate country that he would have to change, given that he's a suit and tie guy driving a Mercedes, right?
Yep.
So that's kind of what inspired the song. And next thing you know, we've got it, and that's the first single off the album. So
there you go. I used to watch this show, and you probably did when you were a young man. I'm not going to age you or anything like that, but there was a show called Hee Haw that was on, and Roy Clark, who was here in Branson, was one of the co-stars of Hee Haw. The way they became country is not only could they sing it, but they could look it. They'd put these bib overalls on and put a hayseed in their mouth or something like that,
Yeah.
And they become country real quick. In fact, the great Garth Brooks got started on Hee Haw years ago.
Yes, that's right. I do. I've seen footage of him on there before he released his first album.
Yeah.
Or shortly after he released his first album, maybe. Yeah.
Well, we're going to play Country Soon, and then we're going to come back and talk to you some more. And Kevin Dakin is who we've got on the radio with us tonight on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Spend some time in the country, experience the way we roll. You can start by throwing away that technology. No GPS country by the end of the night, but you'll be country soon. Have to start saying yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. Find a good old pair of boots. Trade that sedan for a 4x4 and get rid of those Armani suits. 'Cause you'll be spending more time at the local bar. Well, you don't want to look like a movie star. You'll go driving down a dirt road with your girl in a fishing pole. Find a little old swimming home and spend all afternoon. Get some shade under a Georgia pine, 2 Dixie cups and some homemade wine. You won't be country by the end of the night, but you'll be country soon. Come on now. Yeah, you go driving down a dirt road with your girl and a fishing pole. Find a little old swimming hole. Spend all afternoon. Get some shade under a Georgia pine. 2 Dixie cups and some homemade wine. You won't be country by the end of the night, but you'll be country soon. You won't be country by the end of the night, but you'll be country soon. Yeah.
His name is Kevin Dakin. That is called Country Soon, his latest single out to radio. And good story there about your neighbor in your complex. He's going to be country soon. He probably already is, since he's listening to your music on the radio now.
Yeah, he's probably going to want to cut in the royalties too after hearing that story.
Probably so.
Yeah.
There's always that.
Yep.
You know, and that's another thing, you know, with this technology like we've talked about that we have, you know, we've got all of these ways to stream music now, man. It gets you out there, and it's a great thing. Doesn't pay a whole lot sometimes, but, you know, people that love music, I mean, you make it easy to find it. It's not hard to find you, is it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You got to play the game. I mean,
Yeah.
It is what it is. The industry has changed, and you know, you can sit home and complain and brood about it, or you can just try to adapt and be as successful as you can be under the new guise of what is the music industry.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So with that being said, there's lots of opportunity to get your music heard now.
Right.
You
You've
know,
written
you
a
don't
lot of
have to be
songs,
signed.
and you've performed a lot of songs. Has one really surprised you, a song that you thought, man, it's not going to do that well? I don't know. I'm not too sure about this one, and it just blew up. And then another one you thought was going to do really well, maybe didn't, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, one that I thought would do better than it actually did was "Living Inside a Lonely." I thought that song would have done better, not because of me, but just because it was actually produced in Nashville. And Rick Hutt, who produced that tune, is like a legend up here as a producer, and we had all the best players on it. So yeah, I mean, again, looking back on it now, I realize why it didn't do as well, because I was fresh out of the gate again.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever reputation I had, you know, the 9 years prior to that would have long since evaporated. So I was kind of a new artist all over again.
Yeah.
So that one I would point to as one that I had hoped had done better. But
Well, I'm
all that being
going
said,
to
it
give
still
you
did good.
I'm going to give you a different take on that song, because that's the first song I ever heard from you. I did not know who you were. Your name, Kevin, is spelled differently. It's Keven, not In, and we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. So I'm always looking for something different, something unique. And I knew in 30 seconds I was going to put that on the radio, because our tagline is what we call New Country's Best. And if I can say that behind your song, it's going to make the cut on this program. And here we are today doing another radio interview. So don't sell yourself short on that song. It's great.
Yeah, well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And it's one we love playing live, and again, it's another one where we kind of mess with the arrangement a little bit. Starts out with just an acoustic, and we end up with the full band as well with that one. So, so that's one that from that standpoint. Actually, a song that I wrote a while back with a great artist from Canada here named Colin Amy. He actually is the lead singer of the Mudmen now, which is a popular kind of Celtic / folky rock band here. We had written a song together called Getaway, which ended up being the title track of that album that it went on. And he released it, and I mean, it's a fun song and everything. But we were always worried with the way the lyrics at the start was, because we literally mentioned something about getting out of the freezing cold in the lyric. Like, we want to get away from the freezing cold. And we had thought, well, I don't know, is everybody going to relate to that? Because not everywhere is freezing cold, right?
Just up where you're at.
Yeah, just up where we're at. But so, in my mind, I had always wondered, it'd be a cool radio single. Anyway, it ended up being my highest charting song that I've ever been a part of. So it ended up going top 25 here and did well for us. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go.
That is awesome. And Living Inside of Lonely has a great story to it. We're going to ask you that. But next song we're going to play is called Didn't We? And then tell us that one, and then Living Inside of Lonely.
Sure. So Didn't We, I wrote with one of my all-time favorite co-writers, Cyril Rawson, who spent a lot of years in Nashville writing. And I wrote a total of 4 or 5 songs with him over the course of time we were writing together. And so Didn't We was originally a ballad that I took to the writing session. And Cyril had an idea for an up-tempo song, and I liked the vibe of the up-tempo, and he liked the title that I brought to the session. So we combined the two and ended up with Didn't We? And that ended up being my first single as a solo artist. Yeah. So.
That's the reason I started doing this show called Triple Play Thursday that we're doing tonight, because there's so much versatility in you guys, and I love a great ballad in the world of country music, but then on the other hand, you make a great two-stepping song that makes you want to get out on the dance floor, things like that, and you just can't show that in one song from an artist, until next week when I do another show. But doing this show, I can showcase at least 3 of them, and it gives them a little bit of versatility, so I love to play 3 from all of you.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah. And tell us about the story about Living Inside of Lonely.
Yeah. So Living Inside of Lonely, again, another Nashville reference. I had been in Nashville for a week. First time there, I was down totally green behind the ears, didn't know what I was doing, but we ended up spending a week there, and we had driven down, but the person that I went with was staying a week extra. So I took the Greyhound bus back to Canada. And just by luck, we had a new driver in training with Greyhound. And he missed a couple of stops time-wise, which delayed us by several hours at every stop from there forward. So it was supposed to be, I want to say, a 12-hour bus ride in total, turned into 30.
Whoa.
So with that being said, we stopped in Cincinnati, and then we had gotten all the way to Detroit, and there was a long 6-hour layover till the next bus was coming to pick us up. So I'm just hanging in the bus terminal in Detroit, Michigan. And there's this young woman off in the distance, sitting by herself with her luggage, and she was just staring out the window. And the idea hit me. I was like, my God, she seems so lonely. It's like she's like living in loneliness kind of thing. So anyway, that kind of stuck with me as I get back on the bus, and I ended up writing the song from Michigan back to Kitchener-Waterloo in Ontario. But I had titled it Showing Her Side of Lonely initially. So I went into the studio to my producer, Rick, and played him my guitar demo of it. And we got messing with it and kind of structuring it a little bit differently. And then he come up with the idea of, he said, what about living inside of Lonely? I mean, she wasn't really showing it to you. You just had the impression, right? So we changed it then and there.
Wow.
And that's how that song came to be.
That's such a neat process, and I've talked about that a lot. You know, Toby Keith's song "American Ride," I think it was "American Pride" before it was that, and they changed the title of it, and it, of course, did well, blew up, you know, whatever. But you know, that behind-the-scenes process that happens all the time, and people don't realize that. And then you finally get that mixed and mastered, and put it out there, and see if it sticks. And boy, sure, it has resonated with me. I love that song.
Yeah, thank you, man.
And you never know what you're going to hear until you ask the artist what that is about. And I love you telling that story, man. That's why I love doing these interviews. The stories behind the songs.
Yeah, thank you. I'll tell you quickly about Country Soon was another thing we changed. The way the song ends, on my original demo, I had an actual guitar lick starting the song. Mm-hmm. And so I took it into Jason, my producer, and we showed him what I had at that time. And he said, hey, you know what? Your ending is really more like an intro. So we ended up using the ending of the song as that intro that is now the actual intro to the song. Wow. So, yeah, there's funny little things that happen in the process, right?
You guys are awesome. You put that thing together in 3 minutes and 13 seconds. How about that?
That's right. Yep, that's all it took.
I love it. Tell your mom, Glenda, we said hello. And where can folks find Kevin Dakin on social media if they want to check out more of his music and get some more stories behind him?
Yeah, well, we're on all of the social media platforms. It's Kevin Dakin, KEVEN, DAKEN, and you can search Kevin Dakin or Kevin Dakin Music. You'll find me one of those two ways.
I'm glad you found me a few years ago. It has been a pleasure having you on the program again. Let's do this again a lot sooner than we have.
Yes, sounds good, man. Let's do later this year. I'll have another song up there.
Man, that sounds good. Thanks for a great radio interview tonight, and you be safe out there. I don't know if you're getting any of these storms that we've been getting here in the United States come up that way, but we're getting some crazy weather down here. I blame the Canadian cold fronts on you guys. I call them Canadian cold fronts, but.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong, because that's kind of where it's coming from. So
exactly. Well, have a great spring, and it won't be too long. It'll be summertime, so have a great summer right, too. And I love playing summertime songs. So if you come out with one, be sure to hit me up again with it.
I will for sure, man.
Thank you, brother. Kevin Dakin. This is called "Didn't We" on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I remember that long, hot, lazy summer back in '89. Penny moved into that rundown house right next door to mine. My buddies Clayton and Raleigh, well, they didn't like her much. They saw her throw that football, and that was good enough. They became the best of friends. Oh, didn't we? Meet every single morning behind the Raleigh's 5 and dime. Make jokes about old Clayton and how he never showed on time. We jump in his old Buick, waste the whole day driving round. 4 crazy kids growing up in a sleepy one-horse town. We own the world. Oh, didn't we? One for all for one. 4 links in a chain that could never come undone. But her devilish smile caught my wandering eye. What happened next took us by surprise. We were vulnerable, inseparable. Every night apart became unbearable. Friends aren't supposed to fall in love. Well, we sure messed things up, didn't we? Sneak off all alone and get lost in each other's arms. And one night down by the river, oh, we finally went too far. But we dreamed away that summer, man, we had dreams to spare. The world forgot about us, we just didn't care. We had each other now. Oh, didn't we? One for all for one. 4 links in a chain that could never come undone. But her devilish smile caught my wandering eye. And what happened next took us by surprise. We were vulnerable, inseparable. Every night apart became unbearable. Friends aren't supposed to fall in love.
best in new country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Don't bother Jessie at booth 19 and leave her alone with her blood red wine. She's just trying to drown a little pain from the past, trying to forget about a love that didn't last. And she looks like an angel, but a devil's inside. She never let go without putting up a fight. Someday she'll smile like there's no tomorrow, but tonight she's crying inside. She doesn't want any company. You can tell by the look in her eyes that she's dealing with damage, aches, and pains, missing her one and only. That girl's still hiding out, living inside of lonely. It wasn't like she loved him, or maybe she did, but when she talks about him, she laughs like a kid. Then it's like he walks by and acts like she isn't there, and she just sits and stares. Someday she'll smile like there's no tomorrow, but tonight she's crying inside. She doesn't want any company. You can tell by the look in her eyes that she's dealing with damage, aches, and pains, missing her one and only. That girl's still hiding out, living inside of lonely. Yeah, yeah. Someday she'll smile like there's no tomorrow, but tonight she's crying inside. She doesn't want any company. You can tell by the look in her eyes that the girl's still hiding out, living inside of lonely. Side of
That is the song that started it all for me and Kevin Dakin, and we've done 2 interviews from it. It is called Living Inside of Lonely, and he's got some other great music we played tonight. Go check him out. Keven is who he is, Kevin Dakin. He's a great Canadian artist, and thank you for your time tonight, man. We always have a good time hanging out on the radio, and the music is darn good as well. Thanks for doing your thing, and keep doing it, will you? All right? Kevin Dakin, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here, and thank you all for being here as well. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio. Add a .com to that, and I'm live on my website right now from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. I'm also live on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air, and I'm live on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell, and get notified when I go on the air, which will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we'll call that show New Music Friday. And we are just 2 weeks out from celebrating 10 years of KICR Indie Country Radio being on the air and playing the Tim Kelly Show. That's going to be a big, big celebration. That's coming up on May the 16th. I want to invite you all to be sure to tune in for that one. That's going to be a great show. You're going to hear music you've probably never heard me play if you haven't listened to me in the last 4 years anyway, or something like that. It's going to go way back, so that'll be a fun one. We're going to have a fun interview with these next gentlemen. They are the Plowboys. They are also Canadian. Their first song is called Out of Luck, Out of Time, Out of My Mind. Getting us started for hour number 2 on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I guess she's gone. Who knows where? Who knows why? Out of luck, out of time, out of my mind. Was it something I said? Or something I didn't say? I sure would like to know why you seem to feel this way. Out of luck, out of time, out of my mind. No one wants to be the one left behind. I guess she's gone. Who knows where? Who knows why? Out of luck, out of time, out of my mind. Was it something I did? Or something I didn't do? I sure would like to know so I can make it up to you. Out of luck, out of time, out of my mind. No one wants to be the one left behind. I guess she's gone. Who knows where? Who knows why? Out of luck, out of time, out of my mind.
Song number 2.
Go on a burger date. I think they're open late. We'll find something good to eat. Come on, it'll be my treat. You'll be so satisfied. Order something deep fried. Oh boy, I can hardly wait. Let's go on a burger date. Do you remember when we used to meet our friends down at the dairy bar? Food tray hanging off the car, hamburger on a greasy bun, root beer in a frosted mug, topped off with a hand-dipped cone. Don't it make you wanna go? Let's go on a burger date. I think they're open late. We'll find something good to eat. Come on, it'll be my treat. You'll be so satisfied. Order something deep fried. Oh boy, I can hardly wait. Let's go on a burger date. You can have anything you want in a fancy restaurant. Cloth napkins, silverware, soft music in the air. I'll be sophisticated. Tiny bites on a china plate. And after, if you please, milkshake at the Tasty Freeze. Let's go on a burger date. I think they're open late. We'll find something good to eat. Come on, it'll be my treat. You'll be so satisfied. Order something deep fried. Oh boy, I can hardly wait. Let's go on a burger date.
What a fun song that is. I'm playing the air guitar over here on TikTok. We're having a good time with that one. That is called Burger Date from the Plowboys. And that's actually the first song I heard. I had to put it in the number 2 slot because they go right to singing. But I'll tell you what, this show might as well be sponsored by Whataburger because what a show. And what a show it's going to be when we have the Plowboys on as my special guest. That interview is coming up. Check out the full live interview schedule at the bottom of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. One more from the Plowboys to complete their triple play. It is called The Hideaway on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
Way younger, just down the line, where you can smoke cigarettes and drink a homemade wine. It's a dark little club just around the block. Music records on an old jukebox. So bring all your quarters for leaving today. Oh, baby, let me take you to the Hideaway. There's long-necked Jimmy behind the bar. The band's in the corner and they're looking like stars. No, it don't matter how you look or what you wear, as long as you're drinking, don't nobody care. Well, if you like girls tough, they'll let you stay. Oh, baby, let me take you to the Hideaway. Hideaway, I can't wait any longer. Hideaway, that's where I belong, girl. Hideaway, you can meet me at the Hideaway. The Hideaway. Oh, let's go. They know how to rock. The dance floor is full with a happening crew, and they won't slow down until 2:30. There's no hesitating when you hear me say, baby, let me take you to the Hideaway. Hideaway, I can't wait any longer. Hideaway, that's where I belong, girl. Hideaway, you can meet me at the Hideaway. Meet me at the Hideaway. At the Hideaway. Meet me at the Hideaway. Ooh, at the Hideaway. Meet me at the Hideaway. Come on, the Hideaway. Meet me at the Hideaway. At the Hideaway.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it?
Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Slowly turning pages on a quiet October night. The cool autumn air dances with the candlelight. album filled with pictures, faded by time. Every turn is a bookmark to a piece of my life. There's me and your mother, then there's one of you. In a flash, you were grown, off and married too. My tears of joy and my tears of pain fall down my face exactly the same. If I'd only known how fast time can fly, and you'd be grown in the blink of an eye, I would have given more of me to you if I only knew. Turn the page to an image, young soldier so brave. The next one is me, standing by his grave. I knew you was Grandpa, but you were my best friend. I just couldn't see how quickly it would end. If I'd only known how fast time can fly, and you'd be gone in the blink of an eye, well, I would have given more of me to you if I only knew. Picture of loved ones called home before their time fills me with memories, tortures my mind. I was consumed with all of my dreams, not thinking of them or what they might need. Time can fly, and they'd be gone in the blink of an eye. I would give them more of me to you if I only knew. I would have given more of me to you if I only knew.
Song number 2.
There's something about these country nights. I've got tequila by the firelight. I've got my friends, got my guitar, and Lord knows we ain't going far tonight. I'm picking and singing them sad old country songs. A little Keith Whitley, then a little George Jones. Then she said, play me a happy song, feeling bad. Play me a happy song. You sing so sad. I said, now, darling, these old sad songs are all we have. Now I'm howling at the moon and gently swaying to the melody. Why she gotta be so uptight? Let's just let it be. But she said, play me a happy song. I'm feeling bad. Play me a happy song. You sing so sad. I said, now, darling, well, these old sad songs are all we have. He said it best as I recall. When he sang, you say it best when you say nothing at all. She had to screw it all up and say, play me a happy song. I'm feeling bad. Play me a happy song. You sing so sad. Play me a happy song. I'm feeling bad. Play me a happy song. You sing so sad. I said, now, darling, well, these old sad songs, well, these old sad songs, these old sad songs are all we have. They're all we know. They're the best. You bet.
He is making his radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday. His name is Eric Lemons. Eric Lemons Music is where you can find him on social media. These Old Sad Songs, and before that, If I Only Knew. There is a life lesson here, ladies and gentlemen. When life gives you lemons, you put him on the radio and give him a triple play. Eric Lemons, that's great music, and thank you for playing, for being here tonight with the triple play. I'm glad to have you on the program. We're going to have you on the program live coming up in July, at the end of July, the last day of the month, July 31st. He will be live with yours truly, the Tim Kelly, on the Tim Kelly Show, and we'll have a great radio interview, and we'll get to hear the stories behind those three songs that we played tonight. I'm going to be live with another great Canadian artist after one more song from Eric Lemons. Ruth Manning is going to join me on the program. You're going to get to hear the story behind her songs, and we're going to play three great ones from her as well in another great triple play with a radio interview as well. The Good Ones is the third song in the triple play for Eric Lemons on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
My favorite horse was a sorrel mare. She rode so smooth, like floating on air. From horse shows to rodeos to quiet days on the trail, she carried my family without fail. But like all good things, that must end. Most are taken for granted until then. And when I buried her that June, on a sunny afternoon, my little girl said, "Daddy,
The good ones die too soon. Well, my best dog, he wasn't mine at all. Belonged to my son, but he'd run each time I called. You couldn't keep him in the barn. He'd follow us around the farm. And at night, he protected us from harm. But the dog years, well, they add up fast. And he was quickly caught by his past. And the day that he went down, when we laid him in the ground, I said, son, the good ones die too soon. The good ones die too soon. They're like flowers in bloom. They're here for a moment, and then they're gone. But the joy that they bring can't be replaced by anything. Yeah, the good ones die too soon. Now they say heaven has streets of gold, but I'd be just as happy on an old dirt road. And when you see me up there, I'll be riding that sorrel mare, followed by that old blue dog.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and that means that every artist on the program gets played 3 times in a row, and I'm excited to play 3 from this next artist and hear the story behind her songs. Her name is Ruth Manning. How are you, my friend?
I am great. How are you?
Your music is, too. I'm doing fantastic, and even better now that I get to talk to you and hear the stories behind these great songs.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You are from Nova Scotia up there in Canada. I love interviewing the Canadians. You got some talent up there.
Oh, yes, we do. We do. Hidden talents, maybe a little bit.
Hidden. Well, that's my job. That's to uncork that hidden talent.
Yeah, we're trying to get them out there. So
yeah,
that's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we're gonna put you on 11 radio stations total, including mine tonight by doing this.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Country music is universal, isn't it? It is loved all over the world.
Yep, for sure.
And
yep. Even people who say, "Oh, I'm not really into country music, but I like what you're doing." I'm thinking, well, guess what?
Yeah,
it's pretty country.
It's 3 chords and the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
You began singing in a family group with your 3 older sisters at a very young age. What was that age?
Yeah, well, as young as beginning to talk, I guess. So I was literally born into it. The 3 sisters, even the youngest of those 3 sisters is quite a bit older than me, 7 years older than me. So they were already established as a family group out singing at variety shows and that kind of thing. We have cassette tapes somewhere still that they're singing, and you can hear this little person in the background trying to say the words, and that would be me. I was probably 2 or less.
Yeah.
So,
and
long time ago.
I'll tell you what, I don't have the talent to sing, but I love talking. And, I learned to talk at a pretty early age. And when I was young, I wanted to be on the radio so bad. And I've told this story a few times that folks have heard, but I would talk into an empty Folgers coffee can, get a little bit of that reverb, and play like you're a radio announcer like that.
Exactly. Well, that's great. That's a talent too.
The best part of waking up is Tim Kelly in your cup. That's my saying.
Yeah, perfect. I love it.
You've won several awards in the past few years, so your music's getting out there. You've been nominated for the Josie Music Awards, one of the biggest independent award shows in the industry, and she's been doing it the last few years, the Grand Ole Opry. How about that?
Yes, yeah, and we've been there. We've
Nice.
gone, we went in 22, 23, and 24, which are the 3 years that it's been at the Opry House. Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic show, for
I'm
sure.
I'm a little further west of Nashville. I'm right smack in the middle of the country. They call Branson the live show capital of the world based on how many theater seats we have here in Branson. We have over 58,000, more than Broadway in New York City.
Yeah, Branson is a place I want to get to someday.
We'll see if we can't make that happen. I am working on that for you guys. That's for sure. Behind the scenes, we're working hard on something big. So we would love to see you here live one of these days. If not just for a visit and come to play some gigs, man, that'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
You've been inducted into the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame back in 2022. Tell us about how that happened, or did that shock you as much as it does a lot of folks? They have no clue.
Well, it was great. I knew that I was being nominated, so it's just folks that know you that nominate you and put your name forth for that. I've been on the board of directors for the Hall of Fame prior to that year. I wasn't on it at the time, but so I knew the process a bit as well. So yeah, very, very pleased to be an inductee for sure, and to have folks nominate me and put my name forth and so on. So yeah, that was a very big moment for me.
Awesome. International Singer-Songwriter Awards in 2023. I'm familiar with that organization. I got to meet her back in 2018 before she started it at the Wild Horse Saloon back then. Luke Holmes has taken over the Wild Horse Saloon now in Nashville and made something out of it. So, it's been a while since I've been to Nashville, but definitely Music City, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And that award show's out of Atlanta, so she does it out of Atlanta, Georgia, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to the ISSA Awards, but was very fortunate to win the award a couple of years ago, and now when you win a gold award, then you become a judge. So I was a judge last year, and will be a judge this year. So
that's awesome. And then also 11 nominations for the Red Carpet Awards in Holland. That just shows you country music is universal. They recognize you over there, and I'm friends with Gabby and Peter Arcola that put that together as well. That's a pretty cool one too.
Yes. Yeah, I actually won a Red Carpet Award last fall. So
nice,
great.
So tell us about your style of country music and songwriting. I love to talk about that. Do you write or co-write with your sisters or anything like that?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I have been writing by myself for most of the time that I've been at that. I guess the writing came a little bit later. I've been singing forever, but really started to do more serious writing, I would say, in and around 2008 or 9. I recorded my first album in 2008, had a couple of original songs on that one, but kind of took off from there. And the albums that I've recorded since have had mostly my own original songs, and again, mostly written on my own. I have branched out to writing a little bit with other people just recently, just in the last year or so. So kind of looking forward to what's coming out of that. I have a song that's in the works right now in terms of production that is a co-write with a good friend of mine who's kind of a folk singer, but certainly, my music is more traditional country sounding, and so the song will take on that role, I think. Yep. But yeah, so the co-writing thing is new and is not something I've done a lot, but felt comfortable enough to do it with a couple of people that I know fairly well. So looking forward to maybe doing some more of that as time goes on.
Yeah, that is awesome. And what's cool is you get to share in their social media too on a co-write. If you get with somebody that's got a bunch of followers, then you've got your name on that song too. So it's vice versa. They're sharing it, your name's on it, and you're doing it with their name on it too. So
yeah, exactly.
Pretty cool.
It's definitely beneficial for both.
Yeah. And, I love that when the artists help other artists and they hear this program a lot, and I've just got songwriters that, that's all they do. And they're looking for people to write with. Yep. And they're listening to your songs tonight. They're listening to your writing style and the musical style and all of that. So we got a good combination of all of that listening to the program tonight. Let me ask you about why country music for you. Was it something that you and your sisters grew up listening and maybe some of the names on radio that we might recognize, or what?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I said, I was born into it. My dad was a big country music fan, and he was the inspiration behind the music. He was musical. He could play instruments and he could sing. And his family, his brothers also were musical. But he didn't. In my time, with my dad, he wasn't, he wasn't the one playing. He was more encouraging us to do that. Although he was the one to pull out the guitar and show me a few chords back when I was about 12. I'd been playing the piano a little bit before that. And so that was great that I did have that little piece. My dad died when I was 14. So didn't have a lot of time with him to kind of, to expand that a bit more, but he certainly loved to watch, we watched things like, the local, there was a show called The Tommy Hunter Show, which was a Canadian show that was a variety type show. We watched all the time. We got to the point when we finally could get, some sort of cable where we live, that we watched the Opry, and we watched, the Nashville Network at that time, back in the 80s. We watched that all the time. So when I was, like I say, 12, 13, 14, I was spending my time watching a lot of that. And I absolutely loved country music. That's what we listened to. That's what we sang all the time. So, anything from the older songs to whatever was currently on the radio at the time. And I have never stopped listening to it, and have been to Nashville a number of times, again, because I just absolutely love that music. And there's something super special about it for me.
Yep. I loved watching this gentleman that did those interviews for the Nashville Network. His name was Ralph Emery. I'm sure you know who he is well.
Absolutely loved him. Yep.
And one of the reasons I wanted to get into broadcasting and country radio, and then, when that 90s country came along, that was pretty good too. And those guys from Oklahoma, I was living in Southeast Oklahoma from 1990 to about 2010 for about 20 years. So, those guys from Oklahoma, Vince Gill, Garth Brooks, later on little Toby Keith and Blake Shelton, that kind of did it for me too.
Absolutely. I love the 90s country music for sure. I still do. And in our band, we still play a lot of that music.
Yeah. Be pretty cool if we're playing Ruth Manning 25, 30 years from now, huh?
Yes, it would be. It would be for sure.
I think we will be, actually. You've probably seen that Canadian country music scene grow, too. It is really hot right now, but you probably, doing it as long as you've done it, you probably, like me in the radio show, for 13 years, you've probably seen it really explode.
No, it definitely is a big thing. And Nova Scotia is a pretty small place, but, we have some pretty big country music events here too. And even, our neighboring provinces, Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick, have some big festivals. I was actually lucky enough back a number of years ago to be playing in a band that was part of one of those big country festivals where, Alan Jackson was the headliner and Brooks and Dunn were the headliners and that kind of thing. So, it's a pretty big deal for sure for everybody around here.
But your first song is called Halfway to Memphis, so that's why I want to hear the story behind your music, because you're talking about a place here in the U.S., and I'll tell you, for Memphis, Tennessee, Elvis Presley's from there. I don't remember it, but when I was 3 years old, I had my picture taken on the front porch of Graceland, and he was known as the king of rock and roll, but he made a big impact in country music too, didn't he?
He sure did, and lots of connections with Hank Snow, which I have some connections there too, and so that's kind of a neat one. But Halfway to Memphis is an interesting song. I was working with a friend who I'd met in Nashville, and he was doing some publicity work for me and that kind of thing. And he moved from Nashville, and I said, "Well, where are you living now?" Because we were going down. I thought, "Well, we'll connect when we get there." And he said, "Well, I'm living in New Johnsonville, halfway to Memphis." And I thought, "Oh, there's a song title right there."
Boom.
So that was Halfway to Memphis, and I've spent a lot of time in Nashville, as I mentioned, and so I'll kind of have those things in my mind. I have another song called Tennessee Calling, so I have songs about other places for sure.
Awesome. Isn't that something when, you've got that songwriting talent that I don't have, but you're always listening for those phrases or something like that, somebody saying something and it just resonates and you're like a song idea pops in your head instantly.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, it's. I'm always listening for those hook lines for sure.
Absolutely. How about Empty Churches? How about We Don't Want Empty Churches, but how'd this one come about?
Exactly. Well, Empty Churches, unfortunately, is that song about, sort of the reality of the situation for churches and how, you see it everywhere, that at least here, that people are not, church is not the center of community like it used to be, and things have changed that way for sure. So it's sad. My own church that I went to for most of my life was actually sold a couple of years ago because, financially we couldn't keep up a couple of buildings. So one had to go, and so that's kind of where that song came from. Just thinking about the situation and absolutely a for sale sign on the building. That's how that it came about. So
okay. Your third song we're going to play is called Second Wind. We'll hold on to that one, and we'll talk about that when we come back, and we'll get our second wind here in a minute. We got Ruth Manning with us. We're going to play Halfway to Memphis right now on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Here, shore and south, I made my mind up to go west, leaving everything behind. I have a feeling that's what's best. Time to find a brand new start. Change the name of my hometown, where I can make my mark, and there's new love to be found. Only halfway to Memphis, here in the wind and fuel to burn. You're in the rear view, past the point of no return. I'm heading for a new life, feeling free, my cares a few. I'm halfway to Memphis, but all the way over you. Seeing things on this old road that I've never seen before. As I drive in this old car, give me a glimpse of what's in store. Leaving troubles far behind me, looking forward to the day that I can look back here and laugh at the day I drove away. Only halfway to Memphis, here in the wind and fuel to burn. You're in the rear view, past the point of no return. I'm heading for a new life, feeling free, my cares a few. I'm halfway to Memphis, but I'm all the way over you. Not making stops, looking back, no Highway 40 blues for me. I'll sing a farewell song as I drive on to where I need to be. Only halfway to Memphis, here in the wind and fuel to burn. You're in the rear view, and past the point of no return. I'm heading for a new life, feeling free, my cares a few. I'm halfway to Memphis, but I'm all the way over you. Halfway to Memphis, but I'm all the way over you.
Her name is Ruth Manning. That is called Halfway to Memphis. What a great song and a great story behind it, man. Keep listening real close for your next hit song, will you?
Oh, thank you. Yes, sir, I do. I'm always listening for something that just clicks with me as a little hook.
That's awesome. Now, of your three sisters, tell us oldest to youngest, too.
Okay, so my oldest sister, her name is Di, and so she's 13 years older than me. Mm-hmm. The next one, her name is Judy, and she is 10 years older than me. And then Kim is the third one, who is 7 years older than me.
Okay.
So, yeah, we spent a lot of years doing the music thing for sure, just locally, and if any, in those days, if anybody came to the door, my dad would say, "Oh, come on, get the guitar out and sing for whoever," or sit down and record a cassette tape and send it off to relatives that lived somewhere farther away, or, that kind of thing. So we did a lot of that. as they, not that they moved far away, because we lived on, and we still do, on a farm.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of, built a house up the road. They weren't very far away, but they weren't still in the same house. So it kind of changed after that as one went, and now we're down to only two of us doing this, and then it became just me, and I'm the only one who still sings. So
well, that's what I was going to ask you. Did they start first and then just kind of bring you along later, and now you, like you said, you're the only one still doing it?
Yeah, that's how it went.
Wow.
And it's interesting because, I was the shy one. I was the one who didn't want to, sing my own verse by myself, because they all had their assigned verses for a song and that kind of thing. And I didn't want to be a part of that because I was too shy. It really was probably in like late high school, grade 11 or 12, when I started to think about, doing a little bit of music on my own. It was more prior to that, as a part of the band at school, as a part of the choirs at school, that kind of thing. But to kind of do my own thing was really scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of high school, kind of get into that. And then when I went off to college, I was in some good company there, some, local, well-known Nova Scotian musicians and so on that were also attending the same spot, and did some music things with them. So it kind of started there, really, with more independence, and then got involved with bands right away, and played with one band for 18 years. And
wow.
So yeah, I've been kind of playing in bands since I was about 21 or something like that. So yeah, I now have my own band for the last, I guess 8 or 9 years.
Congratulations, man. That longevity speaks to a lot of independent artists. Just because you're independent and you're trying to gain traction still, you're not new to this business. You've been doing it for a while.
No, that's right. Yeah, and, it's been a road, and there's so much to learn, and there's so much time that you could spend. And, I work a full-time job in education aside from that, so it's always hard to find time to do it all. That's the big thing.
Yeah. Speaking of that, your third song that's going to kick off the top of the next hour is called Second Wind. We're getting our second wind right now, doing after taking a little break, listening to the first song, and we're going to play Empty Churches as well. But what's Second Wind about? I mean, it says track 7, so maybe you run track or something. Yeah. Second Wind, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of that comparison between, running and getting a second wind literally, and getting a second wind in terms of, getting back on your feet after things maybe haven't gone so well, and, the relationship status, that kind of thing. So,
right.
But yeah, just a little bit of a comparison. They're kind of a fun song. There's a friend of mine who was quite ill for a number of years who really liked that song and kind of took that as, that's me kind of thing. And another friend too, that after her husband died was like, I really can identify with that song because I'm getting my second wind after that. So I know it has touched a lot of people, and I'm really happy about that it means something to folks other than just me.
Isn't that why you do this? Because that's the point of doing music, is to resonate with somebody at big shows, little shows, and even those more intimate crowds.
Yep.
You can look at their faces. They may be tearing up to a song that resonates with them to that point,
sure.
And things like that. And they get to hear your story not only through these interviews, but also your live performances, because every time you do that original music, every one of them's got a story behind it because you wrote it. And that's why I love the originals.
Yes. Yep. Me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So keep doing that, will you?
I will try. Absolutely. I'm in the midst of recording another album right now. So, yeah, really in the thick of it, and still have a couple songs to finish writing.
Right.
So.
Well, we have made that connection. You know where I'm at. And be sure to send me that new stuff, and we'll sure put you on the radio again. And maybe we'll do something this summer or in the fall and have you back as a special guest. This has been a lot of fun.
That sounds great. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Thanks.
Stay in touch.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for the time tonight. And where can folks find Ruth Manning on social media if they want to check more of you out?
I can check out Ruth Manning or Ruth Manning Music on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, I guess, is just Ruth Manning. YouTube, I have a YouTube channel, Ruth Manning, with several videos and things there. And then also my website is just www.ruthmanning.com.
Okay. Well, say hello to your sisters for us and all the kiddos that you work with in the education system. Tell them Ruth Manning is going to be on the radio, will you?
Will do. Thank you so much.
You got it. We're going to play Empty Churches from Ruth Manning on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Sunday morning tradition. Friends and family gather there, seeking peace and benediction, singing songs and saying prayers. Now there's for sale signs popping up on empty churches, no light shining in the window, music playing there. So many losing sight of our Lord's purpose, lost souls and empty churches everywhere. Life has taken new directions. Is it really progress that we've made? Our course needs a big correction to save the churches and the day. 'Cause there's for sale signs popping up on empty churches, no light shining in the window, the music playing there. So many losing sight of our Lord's purpose, lost souls and empty churches everywhere. Lonely buildings wait in silence. When they're gone, where do we look for guidance? There's for sale signs popping up on empty churches, no light shining in the window, music playing there. So many losing sight of our Lord's purpose, lost souls and empty churches everywhere. Lost souls and empty churches everywhere.
Of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
This ain't my first time around the track. You're not my first love, you won't be my last. You're moving on and leaving me behind. Well, this is what I think you're gonna find. I get my second wind, I get my second wind. You knocked me down hard, but I'll get up again. You're thinking it's a sad state that I'm in, but I'll show you when I get my second wind. I'll take a little breather for a short time, but don't worry about me, I'll soon be back in line, back up and running at my full speed. Can't keep me down for long, oh yeah, you'll see. I get my second wind, I get my second wind. You knocked me down hard, but I'll get up again. You're thinking it's a sad state
second wind and getting ready for the third hour of the Tim Kelly Show. I want to thank Ruth Manning from up there in Nova Scotia for joining me on the program tonight. What a fantastic artist she is, and great country music on the radio. Every time we play her music, she's great. So thanks for doing the radio interview tonight, Ruth, and I do appreciate it. And say hello to your family, your sisters, everybody that helped you along the way. And we're sure glad you're in the world of country music, and we appreciate the time tonight. Welcome to hour number 3 of a Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. We're playing 3 songs in a row from every artist all show long. That's how we do it on Triple Play Thursday. And those 2 interviews, Ruth Manning and Kevin Dakin, are going to go into the Tim Kelly Show interview archives after this program is over tonight on the live show. So be sure to check those out. You can download them, share them with your social media friends, and go check them out and listen to them over and over again. That is at the top of my website at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. While you're there, you might want to search this next gentleman in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. Our interview aired on April the 4th. His name is Michael Schott from North Carolina, and his brand new single is called Don't Let the Song Hit You on the Way Out the Door. Michael Schott Music is where you can find him on social media and live right now on KICR Indie Country Radio on Triple Play Thursday.
The human has always been the same. Singing my songs, trying to make a name. And you, young lady, wanted a hitch to the ride. But if you're only for the money, then I'm gonna have to wait goodbye. You thought life on the road was all fame and stars, fancy shopping trips and expensive cars. But these honky-tonk bars have left you wanting more. Don't let the song hit you on the way out the door. If you can't be there for the lows, you can't be for the highs. Always acting all innocent, making your little alibis. If you want it, you can have it, but it's gonna take a while. You're not on this cruise forever, so honey, make it worth the while. You thought life on the road was all fame and stars, fancy shopping trips and expensive cars. But these honky-tonk bars have left you wanting more. Don't let this song hit you on the way out the door. Come on now. Yeah.
He is my good friend Michael Schott. He is 13 years young, is what I'm trying to say. If he sounds young, he is. And he started music at 10 years old. Been doing it for about 3 years, and he is well on his way. Got some great music, and that is called My Heroes Are the Ones You'll Never Know. There's a great video to that out there. You can check it out on my TV channel. It is ICTV Indie Country Television. That tab is at the top of my website at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. And tell Michael Schott the Tim Kelly Show sent you. He's got some great new music that we're going to play right now. And this one brand new out to radio, and it's his third song, so that gets him on Triple Play Thursday. A Young Man's Six String from Michael Schott on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Somebody was asking me the other day, what kind of music do I like to play? I mentioned Waylon and Willie, and he looked so surprised. He said, what you talking about, son? You're just a child. And I said, well, every night and every day, I got them good old songs I can sing and play. But they don't expect honky-tonk from a little guy. So I'll prove it to them I can do it just fine. Well, they say I'm too young, I ain't old enough to be singing these songs about living so rough, but I'll share my passion, singing stories they've told, playing a young man's six string with an old man's soul. Well, I sing about fools in smoky bars, riding the highway in an old fast car. And these songs are a passion for me and my band, 'cause I've lived a lifetime with a guitar in my hand. Well, they say I'm too young, I ain't old enough to be singing these songs about living so rough, but I share my passion, singing stories they've told, playing a young man's six string with an old man's soul. They say I'm too young, I ain't old enough to be singing these songs about living so rough, but I share my passion, singing stories they've told, playing a young man's six string with an old man's soul. I said, a young man's six string with an old man's soul. That's it.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing New Country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Some guys will bring you roses when they show up at your door. They pile it on and go the extra mile. Well, darling, I love flowers and I want to treat you right. That kind of stuff just ain't really my style. I could say the same old things you've heard before. Let me love you like an old country love song, the kind that you're still singing when they turn down the lights. The cows come home and the road seems too long. You'll always have me right there by your side. In our worn out boots, we'll keep dancing right along. Let me love you like an old country love song. I can tell that got you thinking by the smile that's on your face, but there's still something that you're holding back. I bet that you're thinking it's too good to be true, but baby, this love is gonna last. It's not always going to be a bed of roses, darling, our love will make it through. Let me love you like an old country love song, the kind that you're still singing when they turn down the lights. The cows come home and the road seems too long. You'll always have me right there by your side. In our worn out boots, we'll keep dancing right along. Let me love you like an old country love song. I could say the same old things you've heard before, darling, if you're wanting something more. Let me love you like an old country love song, the kind that you're still singing when they turn down the lights. The cows come home and the road seems too long. You'll always have me right there by your side. In our worn out boots, we'll keep dancing right along across that wooden floor to our favorite country song. In our worn out boots, we'll keep dancing right along. Let me love you like an old country love song.
Song number 2.
It's been a hell of a day. 5 minutes till quitting time. Then I'll be sitting with you, margarita and salt on the rim with a lime. I see you looking my way. You give me that little smile. Soon I'm dancing with you, kicking off my boots. We'll shut the door and dim the lights. And if time stopped now, we wouldn't have a care in the world. 'Cause there ain't no doubt that I'm your man, and I'm blessed 'cause you're my girl. When the sun comes up, I'll get in my truck and start making a long way home. But in my mind, I'm thinking all the time how good it felt with you in my arms. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I'm your man and I'm blessed. You are my girl. When the sun comes up, I'll get in my truck and start making a long way home. But in my mind, I'm thinking all the time how good it felt with you in my arms. And if time stopped now, we wouldn't have a care in the world. 'Cause there ain't no doubt that I'm your man and I'm blessed. 'Cause you are my girl. When the sun comes up, I'll get in my truck and start making a long way home. In my mind, I'm thinking all the time how good it felt with you in my arms.
He also is making his radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday, 3 in a row from Lane Tomlinson. It is Lain. Lane Tomlinson Music. Go check him out. Give him a like and a follow. How Good It Felt, the title of that song right there. And before that, Old Country Love Song. Lane Tomlinson will be my special guest on a July 24th edition of a Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. So this summer, be sure to tune in for that one. That's going to be a great, great interview. You'll get to hear the stories behind these songs we're playing tonight from Lane Tomlinson. Thankin' Straight is the next one that I have played a few times, and now we got 3 to play from him, but we're going to save the best for last as we usually do. Thankin' Straight from Lane Tomlinson on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
And you are listening to
Well, it was one of those nights. Nothing felt right. Me and my girl on the verge of a fight. Stuck in some loud, crazy club with music I hate. We blew that place. I knew we had to set things straight. We danced to Amarillo by morning on a beach in Marina Del Rey. Paper cup, making love till the sun came up. She let herself go, we were free and wild. When she left me with a smile. 'Cause she finally said yes to that wedding day. Man, she's got me thinking straight. Well, it worked out okay. In a roundabout way. Me and my girl tie the knot today. It was written all over her face. She would have been gone soon, but she had a change of heart when we changed our tune. We danced to Amarillo by morning on a beach in Marina Del Rey. Coat to go in a paper cup, making love till the sun came up. She let herself go, we were free and wild. When she left me with a smile. 'Cause she finally said yes to that wedding day. Man, tonight I'm thinking straight. He's that one true ace in the hole. Easy come, easy go. We danced to Amarillo by morning on a beach in Marina Del Rey. Coat to go in a paper cup, making love till the sun came up. She let herself go, we were free and wild. When she left me with a smile.
to that wedding day. Man, she's got me thinking straight. Yeah, tonight I'm thinking straight. Thank you, George.
Hey everybody, this is Joe Finley of the Swansons, and you are listening to The Tim Kelly Show, Triple Play Thursday, live from Branson, Missouri on KICR Indie Country Radio.
You tell me you were wrong to ever let me go. There was a time I would have died to hear you say that. I used to break down at the sight or sound of you across the room. The pain was so bad. Now you're standing here with both arms open wide, asking me for one more try. It almost makes me cry. Almost, but not quite. I'm over you just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart. And as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. Days without you went by like razors and knives that carved up my will for surviving. But time dulled the blades and healed the cuts they made. I can't forget the scars my heart is hiding. Now you ask me if I'm still in love with you, and my silence fills up the room. It almost makes me cry. Almost, but not quite. I'm over you just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart. And as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. Just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart. And as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. It almost makes me cry.
Song number 2.
You must be tired. You've gone such a long, long way. You used to be a fire. Now you press the fire and the flame. You so badly wanna let go, but deep down you know you're gonna be somebody, someone who stands above the crowd. Oh, let them say what they will say. Look up, don't be afraid. Don't you let them bring you down. You had no reservations. You were strong. You had no doubts. Your heart had a destination. You thought you'd be there by now if you could just go back and believe in that you were gonna be somebody. Oh, yes, you were. Someone who stands above the crowd. Oh, let them say what they will say. Look up, don't be afraid. Don't you let them bring you down. Don't you let them bring you down. Though the sun may be blinding, oh, tell me you won't let go. You have no strength left for trying, but hold on, 'cause I know you were gonna be somebody. Oh, yes, you were. Someone who stands above the crowd. Let them say what they will say. Look up, don't be afraid. Don't you let them bring you down. Don't you let them bring you down. No, don't you let them bring you down.
That young lady is not afraid to showcase that vocal talent and go for those high notes, and she hits them with that song right there. It is called Somebody. That's exactly what she's going to be, somebody someday. Ariel Franz, all of 13 years young, and she is from the great state of Arizona, and a hit song before that with It Almost Makes Me Cry. I have had Ariel Franz on my program 2 times. She was the first radio interview I did this year. You can go back into January 2nd, all the way back to that, and scroll through the Tim Kelly Show interview archives to hear our latest interview. She is fantastic. She's got a brand new single out to radio, and that's why we're putting her on tonight's Triple Play Thursday show. We want to showcase that song for you and tell you as well that there's a great video to it you can check out on ICTV. That is Indie Country Television at the top of the homepage of my website at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. The song is called I Wouldn't Go Anywhere. Ariel Franz on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
I've always dreamed about faraway places, snow-covered mountains and white sandy beaches, 5-star hotels and a $10 million view. I've always had it in the back of my mind that someday I'd walk the streets of Paris at night, sip on a latte in a cozy cafe, thousands of miles away. If I could go anywhere I've never been, I'd take a trip around the globe and back again. I still wouldn't trade it for where I am right now. If I could go anywhere in this world, I could be a lucky girl. If I could go anywhere. friend told me I've got to see the Grand Canyon. That kind of beauty you just can't imagine. When you're standing on the edge, it takes your breath away. But you do that to me every day. If I could go anywhere I've never been, I'd take a trip around the globe and back again. I still wouldn't trade it for where I am right now. If I could go anywhere in this world, I could be a lucky girl. If I could go anywhere, I wouldn't go anywhere. I wanna stay here with you, 'cause you're where I belong, and it's oh so close to heaven. I'm safe and warm right here in your arms, and I ain't missing nothing out there. If I could go anywhere I've never been, I'd take a trip around the globe and back again. I still wouldn't trade it for where I am right now. If I could go anywhere in this world, I could be a lucky girl. If I could go anywhere, I wouldn't go anywhere. If I could go anywhere, I wouldn't go anywhere.
This is Kenny Kershaw, and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best.
Been riding for days on the southern plains, on the back of a horse that won't be tamed. Heat burning up the sand as far as the horizon, but I got you on my mind way back in Tucson. Got a horse called Trouble, and I'm on my way, 'cause we're gonna be together by the end of the day. These red dust roads are winding oh so true. The southern plains will lead me back to you. The southern plains will lead me back to you. I ain't letting trouble gonna slow me down, 'cause my heart's hurting bad for my girl in town. Had to wrestle this loneliness to the ground, but I know we'll be together before the sun goes down. Got a horse called Trouble, and I'm on my way, 'cause we're gonna be together by the end of the day. These red dust roads are winding oh so true. The southern plains will lead me back to you. The southern plains will lead me back to you. Got a horse called Trouble, and I'm on my way, 'cause we're gonna be together by the end of the day. These red dust roads are winding oh so true. The southern plains will lead me back to you. The southern plains will lead me back to you. The southern plains will lead me back to you. The southern plains will lead me back to you.
number 2.
You can air your dirty laundry, let it go every now and then. What you doing to me used to be so easy way back when. Doggone it, here I go again. Doggone it, just need a friend. Doggone it, never gonna win. Doggone it, take it on the chin. When things ain't going my way, then you know I'm gonna say, doggone it. Take it to the sheriff before the sun dips behind them hills. Trying to make work out of loving. The job don't pay, but I go there anyway. Doggone it, here I go again. Doggone it, just need a friend. Doggone it, never gonna win. Doggone it, take it on the chin. When things ain't going my way, then you know I'm gonna say, doggone it. Doggone it, here I go again. Doggone it, just need a friend. Doggone it, never gonna win. Doggone it, take it on the chin. When things ain't going my way, then you know I'm gonna say, doggone it, doggone it. When things ain't going my way, then you know I'm gonna say, doggone it. When things ain't going my way, then you know I'm gonna say, doggone it.
He is making his radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday. His name is Douglas McNally, and he is all the way from Australia. And doggone it, that was a good song. And before that, another great tune called Southern Plains. If you listen real close, he kind of sounds like that gentleman that got famous over there from Australia by the name of Keith Urban. I love Keith Urban, and I love Douglas McNally's music. It is really good. I kind of like it. Well, I love it, actually, but I kind of like it is actually the title of the third song that we're going to play tonight on Triple Play Thursday from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
There's a neon sign flashing happy out, but there ain't no happy here. My boots drawing circles on the sawdust floor. It's 1:15 cheap beer. Then she walked in the room with that red dress on. I kinda like it, turning all the heads that I'm the one she wants. I kinda like it, but she said she will and then she said she won't. I kinda like it, I kinda like it. She looked back once, saw it all it took, her eyes passing all those boards. In her mind they were turning into some kind of background noise. Cause she walked in the room with that red dress on. I kinda like it, turning all the heads, but I'm the one she wants. I kinda like it. First she said she will, and then she said she won't. I kinda like it. I kinda like it. She walked in the room with that red dress on. I kinda like it, turning all the heads, but I'm the one she wants. I kinda like it. First she said she will, and then she said she won't. I kinda like it. I kinda like it.
In a world, there was one man, Tim Kelly, and there was only one radio station, Indie Country Radio.
Blue eyes and strong hands and a body that won't quit. He's got fast cars in all his hair, and his mama is long dead. Don't need no fancy car, don't need all the bling. I get by just fine, I don't want that He thinks the world of me, and he loves it when I sing. He loves the way I move, if you know what I mean. I'm not that kind of girl who wants to travel fast. I'm not no trophy wife, I'm better than that. I don't need no fancy car, I don't need all the bling. I get by just fine, I don't want that ring. You hear me? I like my lifestyle, I don't want things to change. I know you want me to pack stuff and move away. I can't be your Barbie doll, I can't be your only thing. Won't let you change me with that silly wedding ring. Boy, you're crazy. He offered me trips and Vegas chips and whips and lips and tips and crystal sips. He offered me dips while he tripped the strip. Fantastic. But Daddy don't like the noise, the crowds, the girls, the nights that never end. Scripts for drugs and rubbing tugs in your freaky circus ring. Don't need no fancy car, don't need all the bling. I get by just fine, I don't want your ring. I don't need that silly thing. You thought I was gonna marry you, didn't you? silence, I'm leaving home. Take the back road, and I'll walk alone. Am I missing, or am I gone? No one sees me on this open road. Many miles I have traveled, many shores I have seen, many paths I have taken, but none would lead you to me. I'll keep looking, I'll keep searching for a place where I feel complete. If it takes forever, I can't wait. I'm in no hurry, I'll find my way. And if you were to find me, if you were to see my life, I knew all the shoes I wore now were worth my soulless pride. Oh, the road stretches forever, the lines merge and divide. The sun is setting on me, my stars appear to guide. I found it, what I'm looking for. It was sitting right on my front porch. Why didn't I see him? He was so clear, a falling star. He was my shining light. And now that he has found me, takes my hand and leads the way. All these roads don't seem so lonely. His soul carries me away, carries me away, carries me away, carries me away. His soul carries me away.
They are another great group making their radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday. They are from north of the border as well, up there in the Canadian province of Nova Scotia. They are Shimmer Road, and that is called The Long Road. And before that, another great tune called Ring. They are performing at a live gig tonight, so they're not hearing themselves live on the radio, but they can always go back and check the replay, and everybody can do that. I'll post that a little bit after the show is over tonight. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at KICR Indie Country Radio. That way you get all the audio over there on YouTube from the live shows after we're done with them. And they are going to be my special guest on another Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. That is coming up this summer, July the 17th. Check out my full live interview schedule at the bottom of the homepage at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. The third song in the Triple Play for Shimmer Road is called Meant to Be on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
I strip myself of all my pride. I let you in, I feel refined. This blissful love I can't deny. I'm blessed with all I have in life. I made my bed and I sleep well. I know only time will tell. You and me were meant to be. The pages are much clearer now, and I know where I belong. Right with you, and I know that it can't go alone inside my seat, waiting for a rescue team to bring me out to what I need. But you found me and brought me out. The old gray cloud slowly cleared out, and I could see a brighter day beyond horizons come my way. And I know where I belong, right with you. And I know that it can't go wrong. Now I can see all the kids in the kitchen and the dog and the kittens and our lovely charade. Now I can see making love in the moonlight, holding hands in the daylight, and I know it ain't a dream, 'cause you and me were meant to be. I won't let no one say you're not worth it, 'cause I know you inside out. I don't care when the stormy weather's sometimes leave a all the kids in the kitchen and the dog and the kittens and our lovely charade. Now I can see making love in the moonlight, holding hands in the daylight, and I know it ain't a dream, 'cause you and me were meant to be. 'Cause you and me were meant to be.
That is the third song in the triple play for Shimmer Road. It is called Meant to Be. Go check out Shimmer Road all over social media. Tell them Tim Kelly from the Tim Kelly Show sent you, and you heard them tonight on Triple Play Thursday. What a fantastic group, and I look forward to talking to them on the radio real soon. Well, this has been a blast, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for joining me tonight on the program, and I want to thank my special guests, Kevin Dakin and Ruth Manning, for joining me on the show tonight as well. I will be back on live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time with the show we call New Music Friday. I'll be playing the best in new country music for 3 solid hours tomorrow night. And my special guest tomorrow night will be Toby May and Carson Janik, also from Canada as well. Be sure to tune in, and I'll be live at 7 p.m. Central Time right here on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's free So turn me on and turn it up. Let me make you smile, make you cry. Turn back the pages of